last time on This Old Outboard.
Let's see what's in here. It looks pretty good. So I'm gonna say, yeah, it's pretty big. 67D. And or right here, 72D. Will she fit? Oh yeah, baby. 72D. So this thing is kind of freaking me out a little bit. This setup, something weird going on here. Look how long the cable is, for one thing. Where in the hell is all that supposed to go? And then this is like bass backwards. This should be on here. And then this cable should be locked up in here. But something don't look right. But something has got to be anchored somewhere. And then, like I said, what are you supposed to do with all this friggin' cable? Holy magaroli. So I try to figure it out. So this almost looks like it was there. And then it's pivoting up here. That has to be it. So that's the way it looks to me. Like it was in here. But once again, I mean, where in the heck? I guess this wraps all the way around that power head. But there's got to be a spacer or something in there. That can't go way down like that. So, oh, I know. Let me check. So yeah, on the screw, that's exactly what has to happen. It needs a spacer. You look at the bottom cover. That's it. Put that starter back on. Fire this baby up. See what's going to happen with that carb. I'm sure everything's going to be okay. Now with the 72D jet and the 57D intermediate jet, if it looks like it's going to need more air, I've got a 59D in any one of those 60, 70 horse carbs. I open it up a little bit with a 59 instead of a 57. Other than that, can't get that 67D out from the old bowl. That would be pretty close. But it seems to be, 10 digits apart where the old carb set up. 67D, 57D, so 72D, 59D, pretty close. Alright, everything's hooked up. Got my push button start on. And I didn't hook up the primer yet. I just pinched off the hoses to the primer. Just fire it up and see what happens. Should be fine. Almost filled up with the water. And man, it's quiet around here. So don't want to make too much frickin' noise. Alright, I already pumped it. Make sure nothing was leaking. Let's see what we got here. I'll probably have to hold my hand over it again. Alright, so I'm just above my 2 marks. Should be, fast enough. Ooh boy, look at that. It just pulled some gas. Wow. 72D. That was fast. Quiet. Sounds good. My roller's not touching the cam at all. This carb should run by itself without touching the cam. Get it back up. starts to open at the 2 marks right here. It's got to be reset a little bit, different carb. You check my primer bulb. Empty. This thing's hanging up, you know, straight up and down. I guess the gas is just running right back. All right. To the idle screw, slow speed. Damn. I don't even know where it's at. Alright, hold on. Forgot all about that. How could you let me forget, darling? Alright, let's see where this thing... I put it back in after I cleaned it, never thought about... I probably put it at 1.5. Yeah, I did, now I remember. So, let's start all over. Man, I'm getting chewed up over here. Where's my spray? Man, this sucks with this linkage right there. Can't do anything. What keeps biting me? Alright, so that's seated. There's a half. There's a whole. There's a 1.5. Let's take her out to 2. See what's going on. She does run at 1.5, but we'll go at 2. I need a skinnier screwdriver, that's for sure. You know, I just flooded it. Look at when I stuck that rag in there. She flood. Skinny screwdriver. So it's just starting to open right there, just past the marks a little bit. So let me adjust that first. Wow, that thing was loose. So I'm going to set it, push it right on the first mark and tighten it up. Let's see how close I get. Man, it's got to be, let me get some spray. It's ridiculous. Good God. I don't see anything flying around. Man, it's just chewing me up. Alright, where in the hell was I? Still way past it. Freaking screwdriver. Alright, let's take her down a little bit farther. Right there. Man, I'm still... How does that keep happening? Is this roller messed up? Like a flat spot? It's not even rolling. I think it's got a flat spot. It hits that flat spot and just won't roll. Alright, now we're on. Now we're on. Alright, skinny screwdriver. Man, it chewed me up. God. You know, I wouldn't care if they bit me if it didn't itch. That's the part that drives me crazy. Still hitting it with this skinny screwdriver. When I was at 2 turns, I turned it in about barely a quarter turn. Another quarter. That don't sound too bad. Yeah, she sounds pretty good. Ooh. I hate doing this. Boy, look at how much gas that puppy sucks out. Wow. So here's the situation on the 30 horsepower head and that bypass cover. It's got 2 nipples for hoses and the opening for the pump. And what they've done on that motor, they're using a pump that has, I'm pretty sure it's got the opening on it because they got the gasket on. I haven't taken it off though, the pump gasket. But they have one of the hoses running to the pump. And it's hooked up like a normal pump with the gasket behind it. And the other hose coming from the intake to over there. So I'm wondering, with this big a carb, I may have to swap that bypass out and suck all this damn fuel that's going in out of this intake. Normally, you know, this is for the primer. You really don't need it on that intake, but it might be pulling way too much fuel. Then also, like I said, if I got to change this intermediate air bleed 57D, I got a 59 I could put in, give it a little more air. So that's probably what's going to end up happening. I mean, it's smoking, but is it smoking, you know, it's always different too on the tank. It smokes like hell, and you get it out on the lake and you never see any smoke again. Weird. Turn that slow speed in another quarter turn. See, without moving the plate, doing that throws the timing off. Roller's not rolling, it's got a flat spot. Lean sneeze. And bring it back out where I had it. I think that other one on the other motor is better too. It's this thing when I was doing this, look, see how the whole friggin' thing, this whole arm is bends. See that thing? I'll swap it out with the other one. See what happens. But I like to have my idle stop screw right there, right before that damn thing starts to open. Check my primer. Empty again, man. Yeah, 2 squeezes. It wasn't empty, but it's sucking that gas all the way down here on the floor, all the way up, and the bulb is straight up and down. Jesus. All right, what do I need here? A little priming? Really? I don't think so. Put it in gear. Whoa, man. The whole cart's moving. All's got to be set just right. Holding that carb open just a little bit. It's not rolling. It's on a flat spot. See, that's timing a little bit there. Plus, you can't do that with your throttle. You can't, you know. Sounds pretty good to me. Here's something I wanted to try. I'm gonna put my finger over that mid-range, intermediate air bleed. Boom. Kill. That might be the way to go. Kill this thing till I get a kill switch hooked up. Man, I got 8 and alive. Holy mackerel. 1, 2, 3, 4. And them little boogers, man, they're like invisible. You don't see them. They just come in and whack, whack, whack. This puppy's gonna fly, baby. She gonna fly. I think it's gonna haul ass. I might just go ahead and pull that 57D air bleed orifice out and put a 59 in there. Just get it over with, cause man, this baby's, it's a lot of gas. And then too, like I said, with the hose routed differently, may or may not make a difference. But we gonna find out, baby. All right, that's gonna do it for me today. Clean this mess up.
It's This Old Outboard, baby. You know the channel. Oh yeah, baby.